Yes, very good afternoon, my dear friends. Dosto, good afternoon. Right, come on. So we're dealing with the concept of what, my dear friends? Income from house property. Yes or no, my dear friends? Chalo. In that, lot of sections we have done. We have few more sections pending to talk. That also we'll discuss today and we'll complete that. Are we ready, everyone? All of us? Good. Chalo, beta, come on. What is section 22? Charitable section for house property. 23.1. Computation for let out. 23.2. Computation for self-occupied. 24A. Standard deduction. 27. Interest on assessee. Oh. 27 is what? Assessee. 24B. 26. Co-ownership. 27. 29. बराबर है बेटा. Rule 7B. Coffee. What are the two types of coffee? Coffee grown and cured. Grown, cured, roasted, grounded. Grown and cured, what is the answer? 65, 35. Wonderful. Exam is a lick. 75, 25. 65, 35 is for rubber. Some are telling. Aditya is telling, sir, my answer is correct. Your question is wrong. Grown and cured, 75, 25. Grown, cured, roasted, grounded. 60, 40. Rule 8. T, what is the answer? Rule 4. Conditions for reducing unrealized rent. कल बताया ना बेटा कितने conditions है? 4. क्या क्या है? Tenancy is bona fide. Default in tenant has vacated or steps have been taken to vacate him. Then tenant is not in occupation of any of the property of the owner. Last condition. Legal action must be taken or it is proved that legal action is useless. बराबर है बेटा? What is section 6.1? Basic condition. 6.6. 6.2 and 6.6. What is the third special case in exception to basic? Indian citizen or a person of Indian origin who is coming to India for a visit during previous year. क्या सीन है उसका? If he satisfies first basic condition, resident, very good. If he is not satisfied first basic, we look at second modified basic condition. But the story of second modified will come only when total income. क्या nonsense है यार? Total income other than foreign sources. ये words आना चाहिए. सिर्फ total income लिखें तो marks नहीं आएगा. Total income other than foreign sources more than 15 lakhs. And what is the second modified basic condition? 120 days or more during the previous year and 365 days or more during 4 years preceding the previous year. बोलो बेटा. Good. What is section 10.1? Agriculture income from a land in India is exempt. 6.3. Residential status of company. How do we decide? Indian company is always a resident. Foreign company resident only if poem is only in India. Partly, non-resident. HUF partly, resident. Foreign company resident only, poem is only in India. Poem का मतलब place of effective management. दोस्तों बराबर है ना? Good. What is section 5? As per section 5, what is the answer? There are two types of income called Indian income and foreign income. Indian income मतलब income which is accrued or received or deemed to be received or deemed to occur in India. Foreign income मतलब income which is accrued and received both outside India. If income is Indian income, what will happen? Taxable for all. Income is foreign income. Taxable for ROR. Taxable for RNOR in two cases. What are two cases? Business income which is controlled wholly or partly from India. Professional income which is set up in India. Section 4. 174B. नहीं है. 172. Shipping business of non-resident. What is the presumptive income? 7.5% of the freight. Exactly. 87A. 115BB. 112A. Long-term capital gains on sale of equity shares or units of equity-oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STD is paid is taxed at the rate of 10% on amount exceeding 1 lakh. Same case, not long-term, short-term. 15% on amount exceeding, exactly, 115B, B, E. Unexplained incomes, unexplained investments, unexplained expenditure, investment not fully recorded, amount borrowed or repaid on hundi otherwise than through account pay check. In all this case, what is the answer? 78%. Yaad na beta? Everybody? Sure? Good. Now listen. Friends, yesterday we were dealing with the concept of section 24B where we spoke about interest on borrowed capital. Barabar hai beta? In this, I divided that into two categories. Let out, self-occupied. Let out, what is the story? No limit. Self-occupied, what is the story? Maximum. But when 2-3 conditions are satisfied, we'll take it as 2 lakh. But if question is silent, we always assume that conditions are satisfied. That's a safe assumption. What are 3 conditions? First one, loan is taken on or after 1/4/1999. It is taken for the purpose of acquisition or construction. Such acquisition or construction is completed within 5 years from the end of financial year in which loan is taken. Dosto, are we all fully clear with this? Everybody? Good, fair enough. And we know that what is the starting point of computation for let out property? GAV. Less what? Municipal taxes paid by owner. Then what we get? NAV. From that what we reduce? 24A, standard exchange rate of 30%. Then 24B, interest on borrowed capital. Balance is income from house property. How do we calculate this GAV? If there is no vacancy, expected rent, rent received, whichever is higher. If there is a vacancy, compare expected rent and rent received. If rent received is greater or equal to expected rent, what is the answer? Rent received. But if rent received is less than expected rent, find out the reason. If the reason is vacancy, answer is rent received. Reason is not vacancy, answer is expected rent. And as per the ICAI, they have not covered vacancy and other both reasons. I already told you this. Clear, everybody? Chalo. Some more points pending in this topic. Let's discuss that and we'll discuss some questions. Are we ready? Yesterday you have shown your talent, no? One small question I gave, but you have done it so crazily. Take copy. Section 24B deals with what beta? Interest on borrowed capital. Correct, no, my dear friends? Where deduction will come for the interest. And we know that municipal tax allowed on payment basis but not on accrual basis. But interest is allowed on accrual basis, not on payment basis. Barabar hai beta? Abhi suno. There is one brilliant section known as section 25, which says interest payable. What beta? Interest payable outside India. Interest payable what? Guys, 1 second. Yes, sorry. Your juniors are writing some exam, so I had to send some paper to them. Your juniors. But if we don't write properly, they'll become our classmates. If we still don't write properly, they'll become our seniors. Correct, no friends? Brilliant. Chalo. Interest payable, what my dear friends? Outside India is not allowed as deduction. Interest payable outside India is not allowed as deduction. If tax is not deducted at where beta? Source. And there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. Chalo beta, come on. Observe my language. What is the language you wrote? Come on. Repeat now. Interest payable where beta? Outside India is not allowed as deduction. मतलब अगर हम लोन बाहर से लिए, सिंपल सी बात, we have taken loan from foreign, so we'll pay interest outside India. Law is telling भैया हम तेरे को deduction नहीं देंगे अगर तू TDS नहीं किया तो. And there's no person in India who may be regarded as what sir? Agent. See, logic simple है boss. If we have made payment to a foreign guy and we have not done TDS, government will generally try to catch agent of non-resident. वो बंदा है ही नहीं तो किसको पकड़ेंगे फिर? Payer को पकड़ेंगे. Friends, yes or no, friends? We have got very strict TDS provisions when it comes to payment to non-residents. The logic is very simple. So let me give one practical example, which I myself experienced, my own case. In Hyderabad, when I purchased my office, we have an own office, where I purchased it for 50 lakhs. When I purchased for 50 lakhs, I have done TDS at the rate of 20.8%. And I made the payment to that person because the seller was non-resident. Seller जो है वो non-resident है. There was one lady who is the owner of that property. So I had to do 20% TDS. Because for long-term capital gain 20% is the tax rate. TDS rate is equal to tax rate. And we had to add cess also. It was 45 lakhs actually. मैं actually 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs change cut करके उनको 35 lakh transfer किया. And the school, that lady clearly told, I will not do registration unless you give me TDS certificate. उनका भी तो पॉइंट सही है ना कि मैं 35 lakhs दिया, रजिस्ट्रेशन कर लिए, मैं TDS पे नहीं करूंगा गवर्नमेंट को, उनकी लग जाएगी ना यार. पैसे तो मैं काट के मेरे पास रह ना जेब में. So the lady clearly told, I want you to pay TDS, give me TDS certificate, then only I'll come and for registration. समझ में आया क्या बेटा? So when it comes to payment to non-resident, the TDS provisions are very, very strict. Because ultimately, it is very difficult for the government to catch the foreign guy. That's why they put responsibility on the Indian guy. दोस्त समझ में आ रहा ना बेटा? यार दोस्तों बोलो. Come on, which section all this? Section 25 says what? Interest payable outside India is not allowed as deduction if tax is not deducted at source and there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. Are we clear? Everybody? Good. Now listen. Sir, listen. There is one property which is under construction. Which is under construction. What do you call it? Is it a building? There is one more property. Construction done. Is it a building? क्वेश्चन समझे क्या बेटा? बोलो. फर्स्ट वाला, इज इट ए बिल्डिंग? माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज वेरी सिंपल. इज इट ए बिल्डिंग? कौन सा यस बोल रहे? दो, एक, दोनों भी नहीं. दोनों भी बिल्डिंग है. अरे एक बार कंस्ट्रक्शन हो गया तो वी शुड नॉट कॉल इट बिल्डिंग, नो, वी शुड कॉल इट बिल्ट. I know that was a crazy joke, but let me tell you one point very clearly. There is a problem with English language. What can be done? In a cricket stadium, we actually go and sit, but it's still called as stands. सच्ची में यार. That's a problem with English language. Now you might think, sir, क्या बोल रहे सर आप, क्या पढ़ा रहे भाई? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट पढ़ा रहा हूँ आपको मैं. सुन लो. If construction is already over, is it a building? Definitely answer is yes. If it's under construction, is it a building? Answer is no, as per income tax law. As per income tax law, house property taxability will come only after building is ready. Still we call it building only, over action, the built and all time pass I was doing. But did you understand, my dear friends? Now I have a question. Listen very clearly. One person, Mr. X, has taken loan on 1/6/21, construction done, on 6/6/22. 6/6? Correct, my dear friends. Speak out. Which financial year property construction is completed? 22/23. 22/23 property is ready. Now tell me, 1/6/21 I have taken loan. Can I tell the bank I'll start paying interest on the loan only after property is ready? Will the bank keep quiet? Why? Right from day one of taking loan, I have to pay the interest. Speak out. Now tell me, 21/22 financial year, will I pay interest? Will I pay interest? Definitely I'll pay interest. In that there is no second thought about it, that I'll definitely pay the interest. Now my question to you. In 21/22, will I do income from house property computation? In 21/22, will I do income from house property computation? Definitely answer is no. The reason because property is not yet ready. Property ready होने के बाद ना यार चालू होगा interest का वगैरह पूरा working. When you are not showing income from house property, can you take deduction for interest on borrowed capital? अरे कैसा ले सकते यार? आप जो कंपटीशन नहीं कर रहे, आप इंटरेस्ट का डिडक्शन कैसे ले सकते बॉस? नो. अरे 21-22 में आप जीए भी नहीं दिखा रहे, एनए भी नहीं दिखा रहे, कुछ नहीं दिखा रहे, 24 भी कैसे माइनस करेंगे भाई? बराबर है ना? बट एक्चुअल में इंटरेस्ट पे तो कर रहे ना बॉस. दैट इंटरेस्ट इज टेक्निकली कॉल्ड, बोलो, प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन इंटरेस्ट. Getting clarity, everybody? Speak out, my dear friends. But the biggest mistake what students are doing, even though they know this concept, the ridiculous, atrocious, bullshit mistake they are doing in the exam is that pre-construction period is 1/6/21 to 5/6/22, which is nonsense. Pre-construction period will be 1/6/21 to 31st March 22. क्योंकि ये लोग गलती क्या कर रहे बोलता हूं मैं, सुनो. सब बहुत लोगों का मिस्टेक क्या हो रहा है सुनो. प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन मतलब जिस दिन कंस्ट्रक्शन हो गया उसके बाद पोस्ट कंस्ट्रक्शन, उसके तक प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन. नॉनसेंस, पागल आदमी. पहले दिन तक नहीं देखते भाई, पहले साल तक देखो. डोंट टॉक अबाउट डेट, टॉक अबाउट ईयर. सर साउंड्स वेरी व्हाट यू कॉल, अरे क्या है इसमें? ऑब्वियसली से लगता है, बट जब करने बैठे ना तब मालूम पड़ता है भाई क्या कर रहे हैं अपन. समझ में आ रहा है कि बेटा? Speak out, my dear friends. Now, how do we calculate this pre-construction period? How do we calculate what, beta? Pre-construction period. Law is telling, please consider DOB, not date of birth, date of borrowing. Date of borrowing till date of repayment. चलो बेटा क्या लिखा? Date of borrowing to date of repayment. Or date of borrowing to 31st March prior to date of completion of construction or date of acquisition. DOCC stands for date of completion of construction. DOA stands for date of acquisition. This period, whichever is earlier, that is called pre-construction period. And for this pre-construction period, we will calculate what is the interest. What is the interest? And deduction is allowed in 5 equal installments. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Everybody, sir? 5 equal installments commencing from which year? That's my question. नहीं, जिस साल प्रॉपर्टी रेडी होगा उस साल से. बराबर है यार? लॉजिक सिंपल है उसका, इतना रट्टा करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. बिकॉज बेसिक फंडा लॉजिक है दैट व्हेन प्रॉपर्टी इज रेडी, दैट इज व्हेन यू विल स्टार्ट डूइंग कंप्यूटेशन. नो, तो तब से लेंगे ना भाई डिडक्शन फिर. बेटा बराबर है ना? चलो लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इन बेटर वे. समझ में आया ना बेटा? प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड. दोस्तों बोलो बेटा, how do you calculate pre-construction period? Come on. Date of borrowing till the date of repayment, or a date of borrowing till 31st March prior to date of completion of construction, or a date of acquisition, whichever is earlier. दोस्तों clear है? चलो डन. सुनो. Everybody listen very clearly, listen carefully, my dear friends. Sir, Mr. X has taken loan of 30 lakhs on 1621. 1621. Construction completed on 6622. 6622. Loan repaid on 31st Jan 23. Interest at the rate of 10%. And property is let out. What is the interest deduction for financial year 22-23 or assessment year 23-24? What is the interest deduction for financial year 22-23 or assessment year 23-24? बोलो बेटा कैसे करेंगे बताओ मुझे. फर्स्ट टर्म क्या निकालेंगे? बोलो बच्चों. What is pre-construction period? 31st March 22. No doubt about it. I'll ask you one question, sir. Think properly and tell me. सोच के बोलना. अभी सुनो पहले फिर बात करो. सर सुनो पहले. Sir, instead of 6622, assume it is 6621. ये मत पूछो सर 5 दिन में कैसा हो गया. हो गया भाई. कुछ तो जर्मन टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करके खत्म किया हम. ठीक है क्या? एक दिन में भी हो सकता है आज की डेट पे. वो टेक्नोलॉजी आ गया इंडिया में. अब मुझे बोलो 6621 को हो गया. व्हाट इज द प्री-कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड? बोलो बेटा. There is no question of pre-construction period because loan is taken in 21-22. Property also got ready in 21-22. The story of pre-construction will come into picture if the loan is taken in one financial year, property got ready in different financial year. Question देखते ही समझ में आना चाहिए आंसर. Pre-construction interest है या नहीं है कैसे पता चलेगा बेटा? If the loan is in one financial year, property got ready in Adi different financial year, then only pre-construction will come. वरना pre-construction interest नहीं आएगा. वापस last time I'm telling, if the loan is in one financial year, property got ready in different financial year, then only the concept of pre-construction interest will apply. If not, there is no question of pre-construction interest. सबको समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? दोस्तों पक्का? Done. चलो come back. Get back guys. Come on. Pre-construction period आ गया. बोलो interest for pre-construction period कितना है? $30 lakh into 10 divided by 12. 25,000. What are you talking, man? 2,50,000. तो समझ में आ रहा बेटा? यार आप लोग कॉपी करने में बिजी है या काम भी करने में बिजी है? चलो नेक्स्ट. टेल मी सर, ऑनलाइन में कोई बच्चा कर रहा है, कुछ तो कर रहे. व्हाट इज करंट इंटरेस्ट? How much is current year interest? 30 lakhs into 10% into again 10 by 12. The reason being loan is repaid on 31st Jan. ऑनलाइन में स्टूडेंट रिप्लाई किया फिर वो डिलीट कर दिया. अच्छा है तुम्हारे पास ऑप्शन. ICAI को भी लिखो ऐसा, आंसर में लिखो फिर इंस्टीट्यूट को बोलो वापस दे दो, मैं फिर से लिख के देता. समझ में आ रहा क्या बेटा? आदित्य कितना है फिगर ये? 2,50,000. Therefore, deduction for financial year 22-23 under section 24B is equal to 2,50,000 अपना current interest. Pre-construction interest कितना है? 2,50,000 divided by 5. Deduction what I'll get is 3 lakhs. समझ में आएगा बेटा? पक्का क्लियर? एवरीवन? सर नेक्स्ट 15-20 मिनट में या मैक्सिमम आधे घंटे में ये चैप्टर खत्म हो जाएगा. बट आई एम श्योर वी आर गेटिंग क्लैरिटी एवरीबॉडी. स्पीक आउट. मैं क्वेश्चन दूं आप लोग सॉल्व करेंगे क्या? मतलब फुल फ्लेज दूंगा फिर मैं, ऐसे टाइम पास क्वेश्चन नहीं दूंगा फिर, ठीक है? तो आप लोग सॉल्व करना, ठीक है? मैं लिखूंगा पूरा क्वेश्चन, लिखो मत, 1 मिनट रुको, आई विल फ्रेम द क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट. मिस्टर ए, house property, 60% is let out, 40% is self-occupied. Loan taken on 1/5/21. Construction completed on 10/10/22. Loan repaid on 31st December 22. Loan of 50 lakh at the rate of 10% per annum. And municipal value for house 6 lakhs. Fair value for house 8 lakh. Standard rent 7 lakh. Rent per month 50,000. Unrealized rent 1 month. Rent for vacant period 1 month. Municipal tax for house 25,000. Repairs of house 40,000. Power bill 1 lakh. Compute income from house property. And self occupied, I am silent. इसका मतलब क्या है? All conditions are satisfied. ठीक है ना बेटा? 5 minutes time. I want the answer. यस ऑनलाइन बच्चों हो गया क्या आंसर? किसी का जवाब नहीं आ रहा क्या? सब शांत हो गया ऑनलाइन में भी? I got 1 2 answers online already. यस हो गया क्या बेटा? चलो कैसे करें आप लोग? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट इज प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड बेटा? फर्स्ट में 21 टू एग्जैक्टली. व्हाट इज द इंटरेस्ट फॉर प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड? अरे वर्किंग बोलो बेटा. 50 लाख इंटू 11/12 कितना है? 4 lakhs. 4,533,4.333. 4 नहीं 3 करते. व्हाट इज करेंट इंटरेस्ट? 7/9/12 बिकॉज दिसंबर नो. ऑनलाइन वाले दो 3 आंसर दे रहे, मुझे ऑप्शन दे रहे चूज करने के लिए. क्या डेंजर है भाई. कितना है? सॉरी 3,75,000. करेक्ट नो. व्हाट इज टोटल इंटरेस्ट फॉर 22-23 बेटा? करंट ईयर इंटरेस्ट 3,75,000. प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन इंटरेस्ट 458,333 डिवाइडेड बाय 5. बराबर ना बेटा? कितना? 466,667. Out of this, how much percent is let out? How much is 60%? 2 lakh 80. 2,80,000. Self occupied 186. That's it. तो मतलब 2 लाख को रजिस्ट्रेट करने का सीन ही नहीं है दोस्तों. बराबर है ना? अरे एवरीबॉडी यस और नो? I hope we are getting clarity, everybody. Good. This is working for our interest. Now tell me, self-occupied. Straight away answer is 186,667 negative. Let out. बोलो बेटा, what is my GAV? बराबर है ना? GAV is 5 lakhs. Okay, understood. Nitya, got it. Thank you very much. Less municipal tax कितना है? 15,000. What is the balance? 4,85,000 less 24A 145,500. 24B 2,80,000. What is the balance? 59,500 पॉजिटिव है क्या? ठीक है. फाइनल आंसर 1,27,167. Wonderful. Online 1-2 guys gave perfect answer. Excellent. Good. अरे लेट आउट का है ना क्वेश्चन. ये परफेक्शन के लिए तो क्वेश्चन दिया ना भाई. Friends, are we clear with this, my dear friends, everybody? All of us, I'm sure we got a very good clarity of thought on these points. And we are totally perfect with this. Pakka. Question makes sense, no? One stop question to get full clarity on the concept. Done. Next, tell me guys, what is section 22? Child body section of house property. 23.1, let out. 23.2, self-occupied. 24A, standard deduction. 24B, interest on borrowed capital. 25, interest payable outside India is not allowed as deduction if tax is not deducted at source and there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. कुछ तो बोल रहे हैं ऑनलाइन में ये लोग. करेक्ट आया सर आंसर मेरा भी. फैंटास्टिक. राउंड ऑफ कर दिए. अगर टोटल इनकम कुछ और नहीं है तो राउंड ऑफ करो, वरना राउंड ऑफ मत करो. गुड. डन. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट. अज्यूम कैसे क्या करेगा, कुछ और इनकम नहीं है करके. अगर क्वेश्चन पूछेगा कंप्यूट टोटल इनकम, देन अज्यूम दैट देयर इज नो अदर इनकम. इफ द क्वेश्चन सेज कंप्यूट इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी, कैसे अज्यूम कर सकता है वो कि 26 को ओनरशिप, 27 डीम्ड ओनर. बीच में एक सेक्शन रहेगा बेटा 25A which deals with the concept of recovery of unrealized rent. जब अनरियलाइज रेंट था माइनस किए ना बेटा, अभी एक दिन फाइन डे रिकवर कर लिए, और देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी देयर कुड बी अरियर्स ऑफ रेंट, रिट्रोस्पेक्टिवली रेंट बढ़ा दिए. इन दिस केस माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, लॉ क्लियरली टोल्ड दे आर टैक्सेबल in the year of receipt. I repeat again, they are taxable come when beta? In the year of receipt, after reducing standard deduction at the rate of 30%. So getting clarity everyone? They are taxable when? In the year of receipt, after reducing what? Standard deduction at the rate of 30%. I hope we are getting clarity. Everyone please to reply. All of us pakka clear? Sure. Good. Sir, house 1 self-occupied है, house 2 self-occupied है, house 3 let out है, चलेगा? इंडिविजुअल के लिए चलेगा ना? इसका इंटरेस्ट 1,50,000 है, इसका इंटरेस्ट 1 लाख है, इसका इंटरेस्ट 4 लाख है. कितना मिलेगा डिडक्शन मुझे? ये 4 तो आराम से मिल जाएगा. ये दोनों को मिलकर कितना मिलेगा भाई? डोंट फॉरगेट दैट. The 2 lakh limit what we learnt is for 2 self-occupied together. It's not for each self-occupied. Are we getting clarity? Everyone? Sure. Good. What is section 22? Come on. Chartered section for house property. 23.1. Computation for let out. 23.2. Computation for self-occupied. 24A. Standard deduction. 24B. 25. Interest payable outside India on which TDS is not done, is not allowed as deduction if there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. 25A. Recovery of unrealized rent and arrears of rent. 26. Co-ownership. 27. Clear? These are sections for income from house property. But one point. Sir, imagine there is somebody known as Rohan Builders. Okay? They constructed an apartment in which there are 15 flats. Out of the 15, 13 are sold. 2 are unsold. Is it an asset for them or stock for them? Exactly. That stock is not sold. There could be multiple reasons why that stock is not sold. Maybe somebody is not liking it. Maybe some vastu issue. Or maybe something like when they came, sounds are coming. Whatever reason it is. Haunted house. Yes or no, sir? Huh? Ghost will pay the rent. Exactly. So all different scenarios. Now the whole point is two are unsold. Now my question to you, are these two taxable under house property? Wonderful, that is the answer. The concept what I want to tell you is that in case of stock in trade which is left out, they are not taxable for a period of 2 years. But students are remembering only the word 2 years, which is wrong. In case of house property held as stock in trade, they are not taxable under house property for a period of 2 years from the end of financial year in which certificate of completion of construction is obtained from the competent authority. This much line is there, but we are just telling the word 2 years. This concept is given by section 23 subsection 5. But after 2 years, we'll tax it. Whether booth is there or not there, we don't know. Whether somebody is there or not there inside, we don't know. आवाज आ रहा नहीं आ रहा मतलब नहीं, टैक्स तो करेंगे. Clear है ना बेटा? Write this point, come on. With section 23 subsection 5. In case of house property held as stock in trade, in case of house property held as stock in trade, in case of house property held as what beta? Stock in trade. In case of house property held as stock in trade, come on. In case of house property held as stock in trade, come on. Such stock is not taxable under house property. Such stock is not taxable under house property. Such stock is not taxable under house property for a period of, is not taxable under house property for a period of 2 years. For a period of 2 years from the end of financial year for a period of 2 years from the end of financial year in which 2 years from the end of financial year in which certificate of completion of construction, certificate of completion of construction certificate of completion of construction is obtained certificate of completion of construction is obtained from the competent authority. 2 years from the end of financial in which certificate of completion of construction is obtained from the competent authority. Yes, I'm sure we are clear with this point, everybody. Done, that's all. Come on, chalo. Let's once quickly revise and close. 22. Charitable section. 23.1. Computation was let out. 23.2. Computation was self-occupied. 23.5. House property held as stock in trade. We will not tax for a period of 5 years, but a period of 2 years from the end of financial in which certificate of completion of construction is obtained from the competent authority. 24A. Standard deduction. 24B. Interest on borrowed capital. 25. Interest payable outside India is not allowed as deduction if TDS is not done and there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. 25A. Recovery of unrealized rent and arrears of rent. 26. Co-ownership. 27. Deemed ownership. Dosto, are we all clear with this point, everybody? Pakka? Good. Let's proceed without delay. Yeah? Get back to your material. So let's once quickly summarize and close this chapter. Yeah, page number 42, please. If I look at it, we know that there are three conditions to tax under house property. What are three conditions? There must be a building or land appurtenant there too. Assessee must be the owner. Assessee must be the owner. Then such building or land appurtenant thereto is not occupied for the purpose of assessee's own business or profession, profits of which are chargeable to tax under PGBP. दोस्तों बराबर है? Next point. Deemed owner. How many points are there? What the first one? Transfer of property to spouse or minor child other than minor married daughter. Two exceptions I told you. Transfer is made for adequate consideration. Transfer is made in connection with agreement to live apart. यार भाई लोग. Next, second point. Holder of impartible estate. Property held by a member of society, corporate society, company, AOP, BOI. Don't dare to tell AJP. Next. Power of attorney transaction. Agreement done. Both of us are ready. Possession taken. But procedural formality is not done. Last one. Lease for at least 12 years. But there are two exceptions. What are two exceptions? Month on month lease. Second one, lease for a period less than 1 year. Next. This part is clear. If there is no vacancy, what is the answer? Expected rent, rent received, whichever is higher. If there is vacancy, what do? Calculate expected rent, calculate rent received. Check whether rent received is greater or equal to expected rent. If rent received is more, take rent received. If rent received is less, find out the reason. If the reason is vacancy, rent received. The reason is not vacancy, expected rent. That's it. Clear, no? This point is important. Just know what I told you about concept of 2 years. तो समझ में आ रहा ना? Next. Municipal tax deducted on what basis? Payment basis. दोस्तों, everybody, this point you see, if property is situated in foreign country, municipal tax paid in such a case to foreign country is what, sir? Deductible. And municipal tax could be property tax, sewerage tax also. In exam and time, they have not given municipal tax, but they gave the word sewerage tax. Student thought ये कुछ तो नया word है, कुछ तो foreign का नाम दिख रहा है. By sewerage is nothing but the water pipeline sewerage, drainage lines. They call it as sewerage. Clear है ना बेटा? दोस्तों, next standard deduction, interest on borrowed capital, pre-construction interest, take deduction in 5 equal installments. बराबर है ना? दोस्तों, let out property, what is the answer? No limit. Then what will happen if it is self-occupied? Maximum 30,000. But you will get 2 lakh when 3 conditions are satisfied. कितने 3 conditions? क्या क्या बोलो? Loan is taken on or after 1/4/1999 for acquisition or construction and is done within from end of financial which loan is taken. That's it. 25A, unrealized rent and arrears of rent. 30% reduction ले लो भाई, बाकी टैक्स कर दो. Then 26 what बेटा? Co-ownership. सबसे बढ़िया point, ये last point. Where the house property is co-owned, self-owned, then deduction will apply separately for each co-owner. Friends, visible, right? Each. Next part. Solve this question. Solve this question. Will be done with house property. Online students are very quick. Good. सर हुआ नहीं क्या अभी तक? एक का भी नहीं हुआ अभी तक? चलो बेटा, एक का कैसा कर रहे हैं आप? Come on, my dear friends. A का क्या सीरियल है? What is the pre-construction period? 1st April 21 to exactly. What is the interest for pre-construction period? 2,40,000. What is the current year interest? 20 lakh into 12%. Again 2,40,000. बेटा बोलो ना. Yes. Then what about total interest? 2,40,000 current year interest plus pre-construction interest 2,40,000 divided by 5, which comes to 48,000. Total 2,88,000. और ए का तो पूरा का पूरा सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड है, तो क्या होगा बेटा मैक्सिमम? तो ए का तो क्या है आंसर बेटा सीधा? -2 लाख. खत्म. ए का स्टोरी खलास. फ्रेंड्स, सबको समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? यार बोलना यार. That's all. That is the story of what? Mr. A. He'll carry forward the loss if there is no other income to set off. B का क्या कहानी है बेटा? B का प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड क्या है? 1/7/21 टू कितना है? 12 लाख इंटू कितना बेटा? Excellent. What is current year interest? 12 lakh into 10%, which comes to 1,20,000. Therefore, interest for financial year 22-23, current year interest 1,20,000, pre-construction interest 90,000 divided by 5, which comes to 1,38,000. और बी का क्या सीन है भाई? सर बी का ऑब्जर्व करो, कौन सा फ्लोर लेट आउट है और कौन सा सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड है? तो ग्राउंड फ्लोर इज व्हाट? सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड. सो सीधा क्या रहेंगे? एनएवी निल. लेस 24 बी 138 ना, तो 69,000 बराबर है ना बेटा? एंड फर्स्ट फ्लोर इज व्हाट? फर्स्ट फ्लोर इफ यू ऑब्जर्व, sir, first floor if you observe, part of the area is let out, part of the area is self occupied. We will calculate as if it is let out. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? म्युनिसिपल वैल्यू कितने हैं? 72,000 is for each floor, correct na? But this I will multiply by 9/12. The reason being very clearly, B का property came into existence only on 1st of July. जब प्रॉपर्टी है, द प्रॉपर्टी है 9 महीने का, म्युनिसिपल वैल्यू फेयर वैल्यू पूरा साल का क्यों यूज करेंगे? क्या समझ रहे क्या बेटा? When the property is in existence only for 9 months, why will you consider municipal value fair value for 12 months? Point only, no? कितना? 54,000. Fair value 1 lakh into 9/12, 75,000. Standard rent कुछ दिए ही नहीं. Standard rent not given. What is the expected rent? बराबर है ना बेटा? What is rent received? 90,000. समझ में आ रहा ना बेटा? दोस्तों, if we do GAV wrong, everything will go wrong. Because the key is GAV. The key is GAV. That's most important. What is GAV beta in this case? 90,000. Less what? Municipal tax is paid by owner. Kitna? 4,000. 86,000. Less 24A. Kitna hai beta? 25,000. 24B. 69,000. Balance. Negative 8,000. The final answer is 77,800 negative. Online. Good. 3-4 friends give perfect answer. Very good. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? दोस्तों, one place we do a mistake, then gone. Completely gone. वहाँ पे एक नोट लिख लो नीचे. Municipal tax, municipal values, fair values are considered only for 9 months. Municipal value, fair value are considered only for 9 months. Municipal value, fair value are considered only for 9 months. Considered only for 9 months since the property is in existence. Since the property is in existence only for 9 months. Since the property is in existence only for 9 months. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Everybody, I'm sure we got a clarity on this question. That's it. That's the end of story for this brilliant topic called income from house property. Makes a lot of sense. High possibility that generally a questions keep triggering the exam. Clear? But I have one question to ask last, then I'll close this topic. Clear? Chalo. H1, H2, H3. All three are self-occupied. Municipal value 8 lakh, 9 lakh, 10 lakhs. Fair value 6 lakhs, 8 lakh, 5 lakh. Standard rent 4 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh. Rent received 0, 0, 0. अरे मेरे भाई, municipal tax 10,000, 12,000, 14,000. Interest 2,10,000, 1,40,000, 50,000. ठीक है ना बेटा? And conditions are satisfied. Question समझे ना बेटा? Conditions are what, my dear friends? चलो solve करो. Question समझे क्या मेरा? मेरा question क्या है? Which one to take self occupied, which one to take let out? 2 minute खत्म करो. We'll close house property. Small chain letter in the question. हो गया बेटा? ऑनलाइन बताओ, हो गया तो? One let out. 2 and 3 self occupied. हो गया बेटा? चलो, हाउ डू वी डू दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन माय डियर फ्रेंड्स? आप क्या बोले थे आंसर बेटा? 1 लेट आउट, यहाँ पे 2 लेट आउट बोल रहे हैं ऑनलाइन में, देखते हैं अपन। आप लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? 2 लेट आउट। अच्छा ठीक है सर, सबसे पहले तीनों भी सेल्फ ऑक्यूपेड अज्यूम करके कैलकुलेट करते, ठीक है? अगर तीनों भी सेल्फ ऑक्यूपेड है तो क्या हो बेटा? एनएवी निल निल निल, बराबर है। 24B का डिडक्शन कितना मिलेगा? 1,10,000, 1,40,000, 50,000, बराबर है ना बेटा? तो मेरा आंसर बन गया 1,10,000 नेगेटिव, 1,40,000 नेगेटिव, समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? और ये 50,000 नेगेटिव। इधर तक सबको क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट लेट आउट में क्या करेंगे बेटा? व्हाट इज माय जीएवी? म्युनिसिपल वैल्यू, फेयर वैल्यू, whichever is higher, subject to standard rent. 4 lakh, 3 lakhs, 4 lakh, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Less what? 10,000, 12,000? Exactly. What is NAV? 3 lakh, 2,88,000, 4,86,000. दोस्तों यहाँ तक क्लियर है ना बेटा? लेस 24A कितना है? 117, 86,400, ठीक है बेटा? ये ठीक है। 24B कितना है बेटा? बराबर ना बेटा? कितना है आंसर? ठीक है, ठीक है, 2,90,000, दैट्स इट। अब मेरे पास ये रेडी हो गया कि सेल्फ ऑफ पढ़े तो आंसर क्या है, अगर सारे लेट आउट है तो आंसर क्या है। अब मैं स्टार्ट करूंगा मेरा ऑप्शंस एवेल्युएट करना, बराबर ना बेटा? क्या करूं मैं? ऑप्शन 1 आई विल टेक इट एज H1 लेट आउट 2 and 3 as सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड. बराबर है बेटा. अब मेरा ऑप्शन 2 क्या होगा बेटा? H2 let out, 1 and 3 सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड. ऑप्शन 3 क्या लूंगा बेटा मैं? H3 let out, 1 and 2 सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड. दोस्तों बराबर है? पक्का? अब मुझे बोलो मैं क्या करूं? H1, H2, H3. चलो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन में मेरा H1 क्या है? लेट आउट. कौन से कॉलम से लूं? 1,63,000. नेगेटिव 1,40,000, नेगेटिव 50,000. समझ में आ रहा ना बेटा? दोस्तों नेक्स्ट इसका क्या है? $1,10,000 नेगेटिव, 61,600, 50,000 नेगेटिव. समझे ना बेटा? सर तो समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? कितना ये? 1,10,000 नेगेटिव, 1,40,000 नेगेटिव, 2,90,200. बराबर है ना? अब ये है कैच पॉइंट एक. बोलो फर्स्ट वाले का आंसर क्या है? 40,200. अरे क्या बात कर रहे हैं यार आप लोग? 27,000 नेगेटिव. बराबर है ना? सेकंड वाला 98,400 नेगेटिव. क्या बात है यार, सबके सब नेगेटिव बन के आ रहे. बराबर है ना? 90,200 पॉजिटिव, 90,200 पॉजिटिव. बिकॉज ये दोनों मिलके हम लेंगे सिर्फ 2 लाख. समझ गए ना बेटा? अब मेरा आंसर क्या है? ऑप्शन 2, H2 let out, 1 and 3 self occupied. वंडरफुल. ऑनलाइन गुड आंसर, ऑफलाइन गुड आंसर. भाई समझ में आ रहा है ना? अभी बिल्कुल मत बोलो सर लास्ट में 40,000 है तो तभी भी आंसर ऑप्शन 2 ही है. बराबर है, तभी भी आंसर ऑप्शन 2 ही है. बट 2 लाख तो लिमिट है ना अपना यार. बच्चों बोलना. एवरीबडी, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग फुल क्लैरिटी ऑन दिस पॉइंट. All types of questions I discuss with you, so that inch of gap also is not there in terms of what we are supposed to learn and what we have learned. Both are one and the same. Done. That is the end of story for income from house property. 6 marks. 6 marks. So clear है ना यार? बच्चों बोलो बेटा, सबको क्लियर है क्या? फ्रेंड्स रिप्लाई माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. Now I have a question. Think properly and tell me. Sir, there is a company. Company has got 100 rupees profit. They will pay income tax of 30 rupees. Assume 30% tax. फिर turnover 20, 21, 400 crores control. 30% tax पर समझो. Balance बचा कितना? Who will take this 70? Shareholders. अरे नेट प्रॉफिट की बात कर रहे हैं ना यार. हाउ विल दे टेक? दे विल टेक इट एज डिविडेंड. इज इट टैक्सेबल अगेन? इज द डिविडेंड टैक्सेबल इन द हैंड्स ऑफ शेयर होल्डर? above 5,000, 1 rupee also is taxable. Speak out. 1 rupee also is taxable. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम कंपनी में यही है कि भैया कंपनी को 100 रुपए जो कमाया उस पर टैक्स पे कर दिया, जो बचा हुआ प्रॉफिट तो शेयर होल्डर को देने के बाद शेयर होल्डर को फिर से टैक्स आ रहा है. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है बॉस ये कंपनी में. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? नाउ शिवा तेजा प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल. आई एम एक्चुअली ए पार्टनर इन ए पार्टनरशिप फर्म. सच में ठीक है ना बेटा? फ्रॉम दिस फर्म एवरी मंथ आई गेट सैलरी which I don't show under salary income, I will show under PGBP income. Salary, bonus, commission, remuneration received by the partner from the firm is taxed under PGBP, not under salaries. Correct, no? Apart from salary, whatever profit is left out, whatever profit is left out, I also get some share. I also get some share. Now, is this salary taxable in the hands of Shiva Teja? Speak out. Definitely answer is yes. Why? Why taxable? Definitely taxable for a simple fundamental reason, because that salary is already booked as expense in the hands of what? Firm. Share of profit? Exempt. Under one beautiful section called 10(2)(a). In the same way, 10(2) says share of profit from HUF is exempt. 10(1) says agriculture income from a land in India is exempt. 3 section हो गया. What is 10(1)? Agriculture income from a land in India is exempt. 10(2), share of profit from HUF. 10(2)(a), share of profit from partnership firm. This privilege is not there in case of company. कंपनी का बहुत डेंजर है बॉस. द टैक्सेशन स्ट्रक्चर इज सो टेरेबल. कंपनी को टैक्स पे करना पड़ता है, जो प्रॉफिट बचेगा वो शेयर होल्डर को दिया तो शेयर होल्डर को फिर से टैक्स. कितना डेंजर है ये यार, समझ में आ रहा है क्या? स्पीक आउट. नाउ अ क्वेश्चन. Heard of anything, anytime, something called NRO account, NRE account? अभी वेदांत सुना है क्या? क्या फर्क है दोनों में? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फुल फॉर्म क्या है एनआरओ का? समझ गया मैं. फुल फॉर्म क्या है? ओ माय गॉड, बोलना पड़ेगा मुझे. NRO stands for non-resident ordinary account. आप क्या समझे बेटा? ओरिजिनल अकाउंट. Non-resident ordinary account. NRE stands for non-resident external account. So basically, if there is a foreign guy non-resident, he has got some Indian income. He has got some, मतलब इंडिया का पैसा है, इंडिया का पैसा इंडिया में डिपॉजिट कर रहा है. He can deposit only in NRI account. But if he is sending foreign funds to India, he will deposit in NRE account. Which one do you think government is happy? NRE, obviously यार. कितना जितना बाहर का पैसा है उतना अच्छा है ना यार. So law told whatever NRE account you have, if you get interest, that is exempt. Under one beautiful section called 10(4)(2). Interest on NRE account is exempt. इतना बोलने के बाद स्टूडेंट बोल रहे सर डिस्कस करें बेटा. समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? What is 10(1)? Agriculture income from a land in India is exempt. Student is asking, सर हाउस प्रॉपर्टी हो गया क्या? किधर है आप? इधर ही हूं मैं. ठीक है ना? 10(1). 10(2), share of profit from HUF. 10(2)(a), share of profit from partnership firm. 10(4)(2), interest on NRE account is exempt. 10(7), allowances perquisites paid by government of India to an Indian citizen working outside India is exempt. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Next point. Imagine suddenly, boom, bomb blast happened. There is something called 10(10) BC, compensation on account of disaster. But you have to remember one important point. Exemption is only when compensation is received from central government, state government or local authority. Disaster. बहुत बात करें इस बारे में. 10(10) BC. Yes, Janavi, clear no? Next, 10(11)(a), Sukanya Samruddhi scheme, interest is exempt. It's a very good scheme, my dear friends, for less than 14 years girl child. What happens is, when person deposits money in Sukanya Samruddhi scheme, not for Sukumar, only for Sukanya, अपनी value ही नहीं है, इज्जत ही नहीं है अपनी. So if you deposit, deduction will come under 80C. When you get interest, this is exempt. When you withdraw, again exempt. Triply, completely exempt. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? चलो, what is 10(1)? From a land in India is exempt. 10(2), share of profit from HUF. 10(2)(a), share of profit from partnership firm. 10.4.2, interest on NRE account. 10.7, allowances for quits paid by government of India to an Indian citizen working outside India. 10.10 BC. That's it. If Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar is giving taxable. एक बार एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आया था, compensation given by film star, taxable. 10.11a, Sukanya Samruddhi scheme. Next one, my dear friends, there is something called 10.16, scholarship granted to meet cost of education is exempt. Tata Foundation, Reliance Foundation, NGOs and all, they sponsor people for education. So any scholarship given to meet the cost of education is exempt. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? Next, 10.17, daily allowance or constituency allowance given to MPs or MLAs, that is also exempt. Then there is something called 10.17a, awards or rewards given by central government or state government is exempt. Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Arjuna Award, Bharat Ratna Award. Arey, some telling Filmfare Award. Arey, mental fellow. Government doesn't give Filmfare Award, but government gives National Award for acting. National Award they give. समझे क्या दोस्तों? Next दो sections का properly difference समझो. 10.18 is pension and family pension. दोनों में फर्क क्या है? पेंशन अपने को मिलता, अच्छा, फैमिली पेंशन अपन जाने के बाद फैमिली को मिलता, बस मीनिंग तो करेक्ट है. पेंशन एंड फैमिली पेंशन, आई रिपीट अगेन माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, pension and family pension to gallantry award winners is exempt. And so far there are 3 awards notified: Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra, or another gallantry award notified by the government. But so far notified only 3 things. Correct, no? Everybody? कुछ तो बोल रहे हैं मराठी में. होटोच में मतलब कुछ तो बोला, आला का सशिया मतलब, और शशांक रिप्लाई किया होटोच मी. ओह माय गॉड. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, समझ गया. बढ़िया है भाई, डेंजर है तुम्हारा लैंग्वेज. ठीक है. 10.18 इज व्हाट? पेंशन एंड फैमिली पेंशन टू गैलेंट्री अवार्ड विनर्स. अब कोई ऑनलाइन में रिप्लाई भी कर रहा, मैं हो तो बोल रहा सर. ठीक है. 10.19 talks about family pension to other armed forces, means other than gallantry award. Imagine there is an army person who got only pension, it's taxable. Exemption is only for what? Family pension. गैलेंट्री अवार्ड मिलने के लिए दोनों भी एग्जम्प्ट. अरे यार 10.18 क्या बोल रहा है अभी बोल? पेंशन एंड फैमिली पेंशन टू होम? गैलेंट्री अवार्ड विनर. 10.19 क्या बोल रहा है? किसको? अदर आर्म्ड फोर्सेस. दैट्स इट. अरे समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? बोलना है यार, या चुपचाप बैठते क्या यार? जवाब दो यार. Next section. 10.26 AAA. Exemption to a Sikkimese individual. 2 things are exempt. Number 1, exemption in case of income from any source. Income from any source in the state of Sikkim. I repeat again. What first? Point number 1. Income from any source in the state of what? Sikkim. Friends, reply. Income from any source in the state of Sikkim. Number 2, dividend or interest on security from anywhere in India. Correct, no? Not Assam is, Sikkim is. 10.26 AAA. What is the exemption? Repeat again. Exemption in case of, number 1, any source in the state of Sikkim. Number 2, dividend or interest from anywhere in India. समझ में आना बेटा? But If a Sikkimese woman marries a non-Sikkim person, then she is not eligible for exemption. But marriage before 1/4/2008, then exemption is still allowed. चांस गया. समझ में आना बेटा? एवरीबडी चलो बेटा क्या क्या सेक्शंस लिखे हमने एक बार रिवाइज करते. ऐसा चेहरा मत बनाओ, मैं ब्रेक दूंगा आज. डोंट पुट द फेसेस. 10(1) agriculture income from a land in India. 10(2) share of profit from HUF. दोनों में बहुत फर्क है भाई. 10(2)(a) share of profit from partnership firm. 10(7) allowances profits paid by government of India to an Indian citizen working outside India. 10(10) BC compensation on account of disaster received from CG SG LA. 10(11)(a) Sukanya Samruddhi scheme. 10(16) scholarship granted to meet cost of education. 10(17) daily allowance or constituency allowance to MPs or MLAs. 10(17)(a) awards or rewards given by central government or state government. So speak out everybody. Next 10(18) pension and family pension. To whom? Gallantry award winners. Gallantry award example who are notified so far? Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra. 10(19) family pension to other armed forces. That is also exempt. दोस्तों क्लियर है क्या? बोलो बेटा. 10(26) AAA Sikkimese individual. क्या है exemption Sikkimese वाले का? Income from any source in the state of Sikkim. Number 2, dividend or interest on security from anywhere in India. That's it. Are we clear with this point? बाकी exemption बाद में देखते हैं. 3-4 exemption और है, बाद में देखेंगे. फ्लो में जब चाहेंगे तब देख लेंगे. ठीक है? Can I proceed? Done. Next. 10(16) हो गया ना? 10(16) कौन सा? 10(16) scholarship granted to meet cost of education. Scholarship granted to meet cost of education is exempt. Somebody sponsoring your CA course, exempt for you. 10(4)(2) interest on NRE account is exempt. Clear है ना बेटा? Done. Let's proceed. ब्रेक चाहिए क्या? बोलो, सच सच बोलो. लो. बढ़िया. तोड़ मालिक. नहीं सुना मैंने. गेट बैक गाइस, गेट बैक. तोड़ मालिक. अरे बाद में बात करेंगे उस बारे में अपन. चलो गेट बैक गाइस. आर यू रेडी? यस यस. रिप्लाई कम ऑन. ऑनलाइन बच्चों सो गए क्या? जिंदा है? रिप्लाई तो करो यार. गुड, वेरी गुड. सब जिंदा है. Can I proceed? चलो बेटा फटाफट बोलो, जवाब दे मुझे. What is section 10(1) agriculture income from a land in India is exempt. 10(2) share of profit from HUF. 10(2)(a) share of profit from partnership firm. 10(7) allowances profits paid by government of India to an Indian citizen working outside India. What is section 10(10) BC compensation on account of disaster received from central government, state government or local authority. 10(11)(a) Sukanya Samruddhi scheme. Very good. What is section 10(16) scholarship granted to meet cost of education. यार बोलो नहीं भाई. 10(17) नहीं मेरे भाई. daily allowance or constituency allowance to MPs or MLAs is what बेटा? exempt. अरे बोलो रे. Next 10(17)(a) Aditya behave. Aditya is behaving. Good. What is 10(17)(a) awards and rewards given by central government or state government is exempt. Yes Aditya. 10(18) pension and family pension to gallantry award winners. gallantry award में क्या क्या आएगा बेटा? फर्स्ट महावीर चक्र, परमवीर चक्र, वीर चक्र. वीर चक्र लास्ट बोलो भाई. नेक्स्ट. व्हाट इज सेक्शन 10(19) family pension to other armed forces. Next, 1026 AAA. Sikkim is individual. Section 1042. Interest on NRE account is exempt. Section 22. Charitable section for house property. 23(1). Computation for let out. 23(2). Computation for self-occupied. 24A. Standard deduction. 24B. Interest on borrowed capital. 25. Interest payable outside India is not allowed as deduction if tax is not deducted at source and there is no person in India who may be regarded as an agent. 25A. Recovery of unrealized rent or arrears of rent. 26. Co-ownership. 27. Deemed owner. 27. 10.7. Allowances per quits paid by government of India to Indian citizens working outside India. 27. Deemed owner. इतना gap क्यों है? फटाफट बोलो यार. 27 is what? Deemed owner. Done. Now that, my dear friends, we are done with the discussion about house property topic and lot of interesting exemption. Today, let's spend some good time on discussion about a very small, sweet, cute topic. That is nothing but what, my dear friends? Clubbing of income. छोटू सा टॉपिक है, फटाफट खत्म हो जाता है, तो अपन फटाफट खत्म कर देंगे इसको. बट एग्जाम में बहुत बार आता है, पता नहीं क्यों. इंस्टीट्यूट का क्लबिंग के साथ कुछ तो कनेक्शन है, तो ऑलमोस्ट हर बार ये क्लबिंग 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 पूछ रहे. रेडी? लिसन नाउ. Sir, what is the meaning? Why do, first of all, before we proceed, let's understand why do you think this concept has come? In India, we follow progressive system of taxation. We know that higher the income, higher the tax. Sir, I mean, my case not possible. My income is more than 10 lakh, 30% tax I'm paying. My wife income is also more than 10 lakhs. Correct? No, she is a partner in her father's business. My wife is a partner in her father's business. That's why her income is more. आता नहीं, but paper पे है. कुछ नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है ना? Now her income is also more than 10 lakh. My income is also more than 10 lakh. So I'm not interested to play any game. But imagine if my wife income is less than 10 lakh, I will try to play some game to shift my income to my wife so that I'll reduce the tax. Like this, lot of people in India were trying to play games. Government realized that kuch to gadbadi. Daya. Kuch to gadbadi. We will bring a concept called clubbing of income. For that, they brought various interesting sections in the law. Clear, my dear friends? Everyone, sir? Now, there is a person, Shiva Teja. I have my friend, Ravi Teja. Example. Now, I have got some debentures of a company. I have got some debentures of a company. And company has paid interest on debentures. Company has paid what, beta? Interest on debentures. Now what I have done is that interest I gave it to my friend. Did I give debentures? What did I give? Who has actually earned the interest? Shiva Teja. But I gave it to whom? Who is taxable? That is called section 60. Section over here. In case of transfer of income, in case of what, beta? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. Income will be clubbed in the hands of transferor. Chalo, let's write in words, come on. Kya bola maine? Which section, my dear friends? 60. Kya bola maine? In case of what, beta? In case of transfer of income, in case of transfer of income without transfer of asset. In case of transfer of income without transfer of what, beta? Asset. Income will be clubbed in the hands of कौन beta? Transferor. Are we getting clarity, everybody? Friends, speak out. In case of transfer of income without transfer of asset, income will be taxable in whose hands, beta? Transferor. That's it. Getting clarity? Next situation. Shiva Teja. There is Ravi Teja, my friend. Now what I have done is, I transferred debentures to him. And I told him, भाई तेरे पास रख ले, 2-3 साल बाद मैं वापस ले लूंगा. What do you call the transfer as? Recoverable. Gee, nonsense. Yuck. It is revocable. It is not recoverable. It is revocable. In case of revocable transfer of asset, income will be clubbed in the hands of whom, sir? Transferor. But there's one point here. There should not be any benefit which is coming to the transferor. If it is coming, we call it revocable. If nothing is coming, we call it as irrevocable. If it is irrevocable, clubbing will not apply. If any income is coming to the transferor directly or indirectly, we call it as revocable. If it's revocable, clubbing will apply. Irrevocable, clubbing will not apply. अरे भाई लोग समझ में आ रहा है क्या? बोलो बैठो मत ऐसा. Come on, listen. Sir, what was 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. Now, this you see. Transfer of asset, it could be revocable or it could be irrevocable. If it's irrevocable, what is it, my dear friends? No clubbing. And the classic example practically of irrevocable transfer is that it is not revocable till the lifetime of beneficiary. I am telling Ravi Teja, bhai, jab tak hai tera jaan, tab tak main tere se property nahi lunga. Then we call it as irrevocable. Provided there is no benefit coming to the transferor. If there is any benefit coming to the transferor directly or indirectly, then we'll call it as revocable transfer. And if it's revocable, what will happen, my dear friends? Clubbing will apply. In whose hands? Transferor. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? And this concept is given by section 61. This concept is given by section 62. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. बेटा समझ में आ रहा है क्या? So speak out. Sir, reply करो बेटा. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. A revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. In case of irrevocable transfer of asset, will clubbing apply? No. For revocable transfer of asset, yes. When do we call revocable? There is a right to take back. There is a right to reassume the power. There is a right to take back, or there is a right to reassume the power. Right to take back or right to reassume power. So are we clear with this, everybody? Chalo beta. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61 beta. Revocable transfer of asset. 62 beta. Irrevocable transfer of asset. Dosto clear hai? And let me directly tell the next concept. I'll not waste your time because we don't have time only. There is Mr. X. There is Mrs. X. Okay? Mr. X is holding 20% or more, let us say in ABC Limited. In which company, sir? ABC Limited. That 20% or more technically means substantial interest. And from this ABC Limited, Mrs. X is getting some remuneration. Law is telling this remuneration which is coming to Mrs. X will club in the hands of Mr. X. But if Mr. X has got professional qualification, knowledge or experience, technical or professional qualification or knowledge or experience, then the provisions of clubbing will not apply. Now I'll tell the answer in one line, listen very clearly. I'm talking about something called 64.1.2. Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse, remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. समझा क्या अभी? ये लाइन में कॉन्सेप्ट हो गया. वापस बोलो बेटा. remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. But the provisions of clubbing will not apply if there is a professional or technical knowledge or experience or qualification. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? प्रैक्टिकली डिफिकल्ट है इसको अप्लाई करना, बट क्वेश्चन में तो अपने को एग्जाम में बताएगा. अच्छा क्लियर है? यहाँ पे एक प्रॉब्लम है, सुनो प्रॉब्लम क्या है. व्हेन डू यू कॉल सब्सटैंशियल इंटरेस्ट बेटा? मोर देन 20 नहीं है बेटा, वो 20% और मोर, बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा उसमें. 1.1 मार्क, 6 months, करेक्ट. 20% और मोर. सुनो, this 20% or more can be held directly or along with relatives. I repeat again, 20% or more can be held what beta? Can be held directly or along with what, my dear friends? Relative. दोस्तों, this 20% or more can be held directly or along with what, my dear friends? Relative. समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? दोस्तों, now listen. Who is the relative? That's a big question. The relative definition is too big when it comes to gift concept. But here it's pretty simple. Here relative covers husband, wife, brother, sister, my brother, sister. My wife, brother, sister are not covered. Relative gift may covered hai. And here only brother, not brother's wife. Only sister, not sister, husband. Husband, wife, brother, sister, any lineal ascendant. मतलब अरे सर नहीं भाई, ascendant मतलब ऊपर. फादर, ग्रैंडफादर. डिसेंडेंट मतलब सन, ग्रैंडसन, छोटू, नीचे, ये ऊपर. समझ गए ना बेटा? Everybody, yes or no, sir? Now listen to one point very clearly, which I'll tell. Imagine there is Shiva Teja. There is Mrs. Shiva Teja. There is one company, ABC Limited, in which I am holding 14%. She is holding 12%. Now my question to you, is Shiva Teja having substantial interest? Answer is yes. दोनों मिलकर देखेंगे ना. अरे पॉइंट समझे क्या अभी भाई? Is Mrs. Shiva Teja having substantial interest? Again the answer is yes. Shiva Teja having substantial interest. Mrs. Shiva Teja also is having substantial interest. ये दोनों को मिलकर देखेंगे. मतलब ये केस क्या हो गया? Both of them have got substantial interest. Then where do we do the clubbing? Will a club in the hands of that person whose our income is higher? And this clubbing story will come only when there is no technical or professional knowledge and experience. If it is on your own skill and talent, then this clubbing story will not apply. समझे क्या बेटा? Clubbing story will come into picture only when there is no technical, professional knowledge, qualification, experience and all. If not, clubbing will apply. बेटा सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या? बोलो ना बेटा प्लीज. एवरीवन. साक्षी जी, गुड. चलो, what is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. Come on, repeat again. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. दोस्तों बोलो यार, सबको क्लियर है? Everyone, come on, repeat again. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. 64.1.1. Not there in law. Syllabus nahi, not there only. 64.1.2. Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. समझ में आया क्या बेटा? दोबारा रिपीट करो बेटा. Remuneration of a spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. Clear? वेदांत फिर से बोल बेटा. Janavi. That's it. वापस एक बार बोलो बेटा. Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. समझ में आया ना बेटा? सबको क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट आगे का 4 सेक्शन हम एक साथ पढ़ने वाले हैं. देखो चारों सेक्शन इंटर रिलेटेड है. 2 मिनट का काम है. एक सेक्शन टाइम लगेगा, बाकी 3 टाइम नहीं लगेगा. क्यों? सुनो. 64(1)(4) ट्रांसफर ऑफ असेट टू स्पाउस. टू किसको बेटा? स्पाउस. बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड अदर देन हाउस प्रॉपर्टी. क्यों? क्योंकि हाउस प्रॉपर्टी इज ऑलरेडी कवर्ड इन डीम्ड ओनर सेक्शन 27. यार दोस्तों, speak out. Now I'll ask one question. Think very properly and tell me the answer. Shiva Teja, listen. Shiva Teja, I have given a property to my wife. This section will not apply if I give it for adequate consideration. This section will not apply if I give it in connection with agreement to live apart. This section will apply only if it is given out of love and affection. Now listen. Shiva Teja, I gave a house property as gift to my wife out of tremendous love and affection. Okay? Now, what she has done is, she sold the property. What will come? Consideration. Is it taxable first of all? Yes. उसमें तो कोई डाउट ही नहीं है. उसमें कोई सेकेंड थॉट ही नहीं है. टैक्सेबल तो है ही. Who is liable to pay tax? शिवा तेजा और मिसेस शिवा तेजा. मेरा क्वेश्चन समझिए क्या? मैं फिर से बोलूंगा, सुनो ध्यान से. आई गिफ्टेड 1 हाउस प्रॉपर्टी टू माई वाइफ. माई वाइफ सोल्ड दैट प्रॉपर्टी एंड शी गॉट सम प्रॉफिट, टेक्निकली कॉल्ड कैपिटल गेन. ये बोलो रे, इज इट टैक्सेबल? यस. हु हैज टू पे द टैक्स? Who has to pay the tax? Shiva Teja. Why? Which section? इतना क्या साइलेंस है यार? 27. Which section is definitely 64(1)(4)? If it's rental income, we'll apply section 27. If it is not rental income, we'll apply section 64(1)(4). अरे यार समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Speak out, my dear friends. Imagine I gave the property as gift to my wife. My wife gave it on rent. What income has come? Rental income. Who is supposed to pay tax? Shiva Teja. Not because of 64(1)(4), but because of section 27. Student is telling, क्या फर्क पड़ता है सर? कैसे भी आप ही भरेंगे ना? ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. क्या फर्क पड़ता है भाई? फर्क पड़ेगा भाई. If provision is wrong, everything will go wrong. Clear, no? We learned so well that transfer of property to spouse or minor child, other than minor married daughter, इतना शान से पढ़ाई किया ना, other than minor married daughter. But let me tell you, income of minor married daughter is also clubbed in the hands of parent, not because of 27, but because of 64(1)(a). फर्क पड़ता है मेरे भाई. अरे यार समझ में आ रहा है क्या? बोलो ना बेटा प्लीज. चलो कम ऑन. ट्रांसफर ऑफ असेट टू व्हाट? स्पाउस. अदर देन व्हाट? हाउस प्रॉपर्टी. नाउ सी 64(1)(6). सेम स्टोरी with a small change. Transfer of asset to son's wife. Please observe that law never covered daughter's husband, but law only covered son's wife. Logic है उनके पास. डॉटर हस्बैंड को दे तो प्रॉपर्टी वापस नहीं आता. सन्स वाइफ मतलब घर पे रहेगा ना प्रॉपर्टी. दामाद को दे तो वापस थोड़ी जाएगा यार. इफ माय ससुर गिव्स मी वन प्रॉपर्टी विल आई गिव बैक? नो. हो गया. एग्जाम्पल. अरे ये बोलो भाई. नेक्स्ट. क्या बोल रहा रे? कुछ तो बोला. 64:1(7). Transfer of asset for the benefit of spouse. दोस्त समझ रहे क्या? फर्स्ट पॉइंट में थर्ड पॉइंट में क्या फर्क है बेटा? फर्स्ट पॉइंट डायरेक्टली स्पाउस को दे रहे, थर्ड पॉइंट में क्या हो रहा है? किसी और को दे रहे और बोल रहे भाई मेरे बेबी को दे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम गिविंग प्रॉपर्टी टू आदित्य एंड टेलिंग आदित्य कितना भी इनकम आ रहा है उस पर बाबूजी को दे दे. अरे मैम को दे दे, ठीक है जो भी है रे भाई, ठीक है ना सर? क्लियर है ना एवरीबॉडी? नेक्स्ट. 64:1(8). Transfer of asset for the benefit of कौन बेटा? सन्स वाइफ. दैट्स इट. और सब सेक्शन में कॉन्सेप्ट एक ही है. क्लियर है बेटा? बट आपको ये याद रखना है भाई 64:1 4 है, 6 है, 7 है, 8 है. बीच में 5 नहीं है. 1 भी नहीं था, 3 भी नहीं था, 2 है पर नहीं है. नहीं वो सेक्शंस एक्ट में नहीं है. अरे पहले कुछ होता है, एक्ट अमेंडमेंट होते होते कुछ सेक्शन निकल जाएंगे, नया सेक्शन आएंगे. बराबर है ना बेटा? चलो कमान. व्हाट इज सेक्शन 64:1(1). 64:1(2). Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. यार रिप्लाई दो बेटा. What is section 64:1(1). 64:1(2). Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest. 64:1(3). नहीं दे. 64:1(4). Transfer of asset to spouse. 64:1(5). 64:1(6). Transfer of asset to son's wife. 64:1(7). Transfer of asset for the benefit of wife. Good. Wife क्या होता है भाई? दोस्त समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? यार दोस्तों बोलो यार. व्हाट इज सेक्शन 60? ट्रांसफर ऑफ इनकम विदाउट ट्रांसफर ऑफ असेट. 61. रिवोकेबल ट्रांसफर ऑफ असेट. 62. इररिवोकेबल ट्रांसफर ऑफ असेट. देन 64:1(1). बोलो. 64:1(2). remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest. इतना साइलेंस क्यों मेंटेन कर रहे पता नहीं. सर दिख रहा है क्या 64? अरे आपको एक्ट दिख रहा है क्या 64? देख लो इधर. आदि भाई तेरे लिए ओपन किया है, देख. 64:1(1) ओमिटेड बाय फाइनेंस एक्ट 92. मतलब पहले ओमिट हो चुका है. हर चीज को अब ये मत बोलो फाइनल फाइनल नहीं मेरे भाई. अरे यार समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा? बोलो यार. कम ऑन. व्हाट इज सेक्शन 60? transfer of income without transfer of asset 61, revocable transfer of asset 62, irrevocable transfer of asset 64.11 इंटर में यही नहीं good 64.12 remuneration of spouse from a concern in which shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest 64.13 64.14 transfer of asset to spouse 64.15 64.16 asset to son's wife 7 benefit of spouse 8 benefit of son's wife. दोस्तों क्लियर है? Now I have a question. Shiva Teja gifted shares to Mrs. Shiva Teja. ठीक है ना बेटा? And after that, company has given bonus shares. Possible no? मैंने 2000 शेयर दिया and she got 1000 bonus shares. 1:2 ratio. 1:2 का मतलब समझ गए ना? क्या मतलब है उसका? हाँ, हर 2 शेयर को 1 शेयर मिलेगा. चलो. Now what she has done is she sold 3000 shares and she got some profit. Is it taxable? Of course, answer is yes. Who? Who is taxable? Very clearly, no doubt about it. For 2000 shares, Shiva Teja is taxable because clubbing provisions will apply. But for 1000 shares, Mrs. Shiva Teja is taxable. Clubbing provision will not apply because law clearly clarified that clubbing will apply only to the income on the asset transferred, but clubbing will not apply to accretion. क्या word use किया मैंने? Accretion. ACCRETION. Accretion is something like an addition. समझा क्या? मैंने shares दिया, she got bonus shares. Dividend has come on both the shares. Dividend on original shares, clubbing. Bonus shares, no clubbing. Because what I give is only shares, not bonus shares. अरे guys बोलना बेटा, समझ में आया क्या accretion? पक्का? चलो. Finally, it's time to talk one important concept. Listen very clearly. Yeah? Dost? Sir, there is Abhi, our friend. And there is Mrs. Abhi, future wife. Yes. And she has got one boutique, beauty parlor. हाँ क्या था? क्या बोली बेटा? क्या बोली बेटा? अच्छा ठीक है, चेंज कर देंगे. अभी चलेगा ना? ब्यूटी पार्लर. ठीक है ना बेटा? But the problem is the beauty parlor is running in losses. Already madam invested 5 lakhs in the business, but still profit is not coming. Business is in losses because she was more concerned about her beauty than customers' beauty. तो लॉस ही आएगा ना फिर. और क्या होगा? Then what has happened is one fine day she came to Abhi and told, Abhi, इसको लगा कुछ तो होने वाला है आज. Then he asked, बोलो क्या हुआ? Then she told, I want 3 lakh rupees for renovation. He told, no. She told, Abhi. He told, okay. Correct my difference. And what he has done is, how much he gave? 3 lakhs. And that year, in financial year 22-23, there is a profit of 1 lakh. And this 3 lakh he gave on 1/4/22. Now law is telling whatever 1 lakh profit has come, 1 lakh into 3/8. Please do clubbing in the hands of Abhi. Is that getting clarity? How did I get 3/8? 5 plus 3, 8. Wonderful. But you have to understand one point here. Law told clubbing provision will apply by checking the capital on first day of previous year. Imagine if Abhi would have given the money on 10/4/22. my straight answer clubbing will not apply. But next year clubbing आ जाएगा अगर पैसा विड्रॉ नहीं किया तो. अगर 10/4 को दिया 28 मार्च को ले लिया, वापस 10/4 को दिया, वापस 28 मार्च को लिया, तो क्लबिंग नहीं आ सकता भाई. Because clubbing is purely based on capital on which day? First day of previous year. समझ में आया क्या बेटा? चलो, I'll ask you one question. Tell the answer please. Sir, there is Mr. A, Mrs. A. Capital on 1/4/21 is 3 lakh and he has given 2 lakh on 10/4/21. 10/4/21 and Mrs. A profit for 21-22 is 1 lakh. For 22-23 is, let us say, 2 lakh. Small change. 4 lakh दिया ये. ठीक है? ठीक है ना बेटा? Now tell me guys, what will be clubbed for 21-22, 22-23? क्वेश्चन समझे क्या? बोलो. ए का कॉलम लेंगे, मिसेस ए का कॉलम लेंगे. ठीक है ना बेटा? What is the capital on 1/4/21 बेटा? ए का 0, बी का 3 लाख. आई मीन बी नहीं, मिसेस ए. व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट फॉर 21-22? इधर 0 लेंगे, इधर 1 लाख लेंगे. क्लबिंग कुछ भी नहीं होगा बिकॉज ऑन द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर द फिगर इज 0. क्लबिंग विल कम प्योरली बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट? कैपिटल ऑन फर्स्ट डे ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर. वेदांत, देन व्हाट इज द कैपिटल ऑन 1/4/22 बेटा? आ गया ना इसका 4 लाख. दोस्तों एवरीबॉडी, छोटा चेंज करता हूं क्वेश्चन में, मैं इसको 5 लाख कर दूंगा मैं. ठीक है ना बेटा? अब बोलो इसका कैपिटल कितना है? 6 लाख. अरे जो प्रॉफिट रहेगा वो कैपिटल को ऐड होगा ना यार. ये तो बेसिक कॉमन सेंस है. फाइनल अकाउंट्स, फाउंडेशन, पास. नो, टेल मी व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट फॉर 22-23? 2 lakh into 4/10. 2 lakh into 6/10. So what is the amount to be clubbed in the hands of Mr. A? Tell me. 80,000 भाई. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Like this question will come in the exam for 4 marks. I hope we are getting clarity. They'll ask in the exam for 4 marks, what is the amount to be clubbed? And these all points are given by section 64(1)(4). If it is spouse, son's wife, 64(1)(6). Benefit of spouse, 64(1)(7). Benefit of son's wife, 64(1)(8). Concept is same. अरे समझे क्या दोस्तों? बोलो ना यार. पक्का क्लियर विद दिस? 100%. चलो, फोटो लिखना कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. क्लियर? प्रोसीड कर लो. ठीक है. सो इन केस वेयर अमाउंट गिवन टू वाइफ इज इन्वेस्टेड इन बिजनेस, वी विल डू क्लबिंग बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट माय डियर फ्रेंड्स? कैपिटल ऑन विच डे? फर्स्ट डे ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर. बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. We will do clubbing clearly based on capital on first day of previous year. Very, very important point. समझ गए बेटा? Everybody, tell me my dear friends, what is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable transfer of asset. 64(1)(1). 64(1)(2). Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. 64(1)(4). Transfer of asset to spouse. 6. Son's wife. 7. Benefit of spouse. 8. Benefit of son's wife. Done. Ready? सबको पक्का सबको समझ आ रहा ना बेटा? Now listen. Finally, it's time to talk about 64(1)(a), छोटू या छोटी. Clubbing of income of minor child. किधर क्लब करेंगे भाई? That parent whose our income is, what if father is not there, only mother is there? Mother is not their only father. Both are there, but both are separate. Whoever maintains the minor child. दोनों भी चले गए. Guardian, no. If both parents are not alive, law never specified guardian. Clubbing provisions will not apply. तो minor को खुद टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा. स्टूडेंट चले या अच्छी बात है ना रे, उसको 2.5 लाख एग्जामिशन मिलता. क्या बोला ये? अरे मतलब मैं टैक्स का एग्जामिशन की बात कर रहा हूँ यार, नॉट दैट टू किल द पेरेंट्स बॉस. सी यार क्या बोल रहा है भाई? शिव शिव सर लिसन, no clubbing in 2 cases. Number 1, minor has earned income by his own skill and talent or खुद का मेहनत, manual work. In exam don't go and write खुद का मेहनत and all. सर अपने को एग्जाम इंग्लिश में लिखना है, हिंदी का वर्ड्स मत लिखो आप. गलती से मराठी तो बिल्कुल ही मत लिखो, पहले डेंजर लैंग्वेज है. डेंजर लैंग्वेज मतलब बहुत अच्छा है सुनने में, अब लिखने में कैसा है मुझे नहीं पता. लिखने में अच्छा है क्या? हिंदी जैसा ही है, ठीक है. वेरी गुड. Come on, get back. So what is the first point? Skill and talent or manual work. Second one, minor is suffering from disability. Minor is suffering from what beta? Disability under section 80U. चलो बेटा, what are the 2 cases? Number 1, skill and talent or manual work. Second, minor is suffering from disability under section 80U. These 2 cases clubbing will not apply. When I say clubbing will not apply, what does that mean? Minor has to pay tax. Now I have a question. Think properly and tell me. Shiva Teja has got one chotu. I have got one minor son named as Sarsh. Yeah, Sarsh. And he is not like me. He is very good in drawing and painting. Take my difference. Now imagine he has done one painting. Now example. Painting तो वो करेगा, बाकी का example. That painting is sold for 1 lakh. Example, I don't know. This 1 lakh, is it taxable? Yes. Who has to pay tax? Sarsh. Clubbing provision will not apply. This 1 lakh, I told my छोटू, चुपचाप बैंक में जा, उसको FD कर. और ये FD पे इंटरेस्ट आया 10,000. इज इट टैक्सेबल? उसमें तो डाउट ही नहीं है, नहीं टैक्स होने का तो सवाल ही नहीं आया भाई. इज इट टैक्सेबल? यस. हु हैज टू पे टैक्स? वंडरफुल. क्लबिंग प्रोविजंस विल अप्लाई. आई थिंक वी आर क्लियर नो. Clubbing provision will not apply only for income earned out of skill and talent or manual work. But if that money is invested somewhere on which return is coming, for that return amount, clubbing will apply. आपको याद रखने के लिए एक पॉइंट बोलूंगा मैं, बट एग्जाम में ये पॉइंट नहीं लिखने का, ठीक है ना? फॉर एक्टिव इनकम क्लबिंग विल नॉट अप्लाई. फॉर पैसिव इनकम क्लबिंग विल अप्लाई. मतलब माइनर कुछ करने की वजह से पैसा आया भाई, तो क्लबिंग नहीं आएगा. वो कुछ भी नहीं करा, घंटा बैठे सोए, फिर भी इनकम आ रहा है, क्लबिंग होगा. बट एग्जाम में जाके एक्टिव पैसिव लिखो मत. If minor has earned income out of his own skill or talent or manual work, then clubbing will not apply. And if that amount is invested and return has come without skill and talent, FD में लगा के इंटरेस्ट है तो स्किल एंड टैलेंट क्या यार उसमें? सर करेक्ट माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. नेक्स्ट, other side of the story. Listen, any other case, what do you do better? Clubbing will apply. And if clubbing will apply, my dear friends, parent, which parent? जिधर क्लब कर रहे उधर क्लब उधर. अरे yes or no sir, clubbing will apply in the hands of that parent whosever income is higher. Yes, Janavi, do you have some income? No? Check your savings bank account. Income is there. Interest on savings bank account. रहेगा ना बेटा, बट उसमें डिडक्शन आ जाएगा, एग्जाम डिडक्शन आ जाएगा, 80 टी टी ए, करेक्ट नो? सी नाउ, पेरेंट विल गिव, विल क्या लिखने वाला था मैं, पेरेंट क्या लिखने वाला था मैं, पेरेंट विल गेट exemption of amount clubbed, क्या है बेटा लैंग्वेज, amount clubbed or 1500, whichever is lower, under section 1032. मतलब straight point my dear friends, if my son has got 100 rupees as interest income, sorry, if my son has got 10,000 as interest income, I will pay tax only on 8,500. If you got 1,000 interest income, I will not pay any tax. And good point you have to keep in mind is that there is no limit on number of children. Enjoy. I mean, exemption. जितने बच्चे उतने मिलेंगे. And please keep in mind, 1,500 per child. It is not per income per child. Oh, crazy. समझे क्या? 1,500 per child. It's not per income per child. Are we clear, everybody? Which section all this? Section 10, 32. Aditya, 50,000. Sir, clear with the point, everybody? Sorry, so no, my dear friends. Chalo, in whose hands will club minor income? क्या है सर, रोते रोते बोल रहे क्या, अच्छे से बोलो. Minor income is clubbed in the hands of that parent whose our income is higher. But I'll tell one point जो आपको याद रखना है. सर, शिव तेजा का इनकम 20 लाख है, मिसेस शिव तेजा का इनकम 18 लाख है. क्लबिंग किधर करोगे छोटू का? शिव तेजा में करोगे. बट ये 20 लाख में से मुझे 4 लाख I got it from a concern in which my wife has got substantial interest. But I don't have skill and talent for that 4 lakh. Example, वो तो है बट एग्जाम्पल नहीं है, तो क्या होगा बेटा, मेरा इनकम होगा 16 लाख, वाइफ का इनकम होगा 22 लाख, तो छोटू का किधर क्लब करेंगे? मिसेस शिवा तेजा की उसमें. तो आपको पॉइंट याद रखना है, इनकम ऑफ माइनर चाइल्ड is clubbed in the hands of that parent whose ever income is higher after all other clubbings are done. What a language, man. वापस रिपीट करो. Income of minor child is clubbed in the hands of that parent whose ever income is higher after all other clubbings are done. पूरे क्लबिंग खत्म करो, फिर चेक करो किसका इनकम ज्यादा है. ये एग्जाम में बहुत बार आया. जो सीधा दिखता है, इधर 10 लाख इनकम, इधर 9 लाख इनकम, किधर जाता है? शिव तेजा का. तो सीधा आंसर लगता है भाई शिव तेजा को उसमें क्लब कर दो. बट क्वेश्चन में कुछ तो पॉइंट रहेगा, जो 2 लाख रुपए है जो हस्बैंड को मिला वाइफ का सब्सटेंशियल इंटरेस्ट की वजह से, तो 2 लाख इधर आते ही ये 10 बनेगा, ये 11 बनेगा. तो छोटू का किधर दिखाएंगे? मिसेस शिव तेजा. वो पॉइंट है. तो आप छोटू का क्लबिंग करने से पहले बाकी सारे क्लबिंग खत्म करो. समझ रहे क्या बेटा? Can I repeat the line once again? As per section 64(1)(a), if minor has earned income out of skill, talent, manual work, or minor is suffering from disability and right to you, clubbing will not apply. Any other case, clubbing will apply, and income will be clubbed in the hands of that parent whose ever income is higher after all other clubbings are done, and that parent will get exemption of amount clubbed or 1,500, whichever is lower. समझे क्या बेटा? एवरीबडी यस और नो? प्लीज रिप्लाई बेटा. चल, फाइनली शिव तेजा and there is Shiva Teja HUF. Shiva Teja transferred a property to Shiva Teja HUF without adequate consideration. Law is telling whatever income is coming, who has to pay taxes? Shiva Teja. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर ये पॉइंट नहीं है ना, हर बंदा शादी होते ही बच्चा होते HUF बनाएगा और प्रॉपर्टी ट्रांसफर कर देगा. HUF 2 लाख एग्जम्पशन मिल जाएगा. एक्ट बोल रहा है, हे we already know all your talent, we will apply provisions of clubbing. This concept is given by 64 subsection 2. In case of transfer of property by simple line I'll tell. Conversion of self-acquired property into HUF property. Income will be clubbed in the hands of transferor only. Income will be clubbed in the hands of whom beta? Transferor only. That's it. सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? दोस्तों प्लीज रिप्लाई दे दो. पक्का क्लियर? एक डेंजरस पॉइंट बोलूंगा अभी, सुन लो ध्यान से. सर, Shiva Teja has given debentures to Mrs. Shiva Teja as gift. On the debentures, interest has come. Who has to pay tax? Shiva Teja. Why? 64(1)(4). Clubbing will apply, no? But actually, who got the income? Law is telling, section 65. We have power. Officer has power to recover the tax from Mrs. Shiva Teja also, but not from both. I repeat point once again. 65 says, assessing officer has a power to recover the tax from the actual earner. From the actual earner, but not from both. इस पॉइंट के पीछे सिंपल लॉजिक है. शिवा तेजा के हाथ में क्लबिंग होगा, शिवा तेजा गायब हो गया, तो ऑफिसर के पास कुछ तो पावर होना चाहिए ना. तो बोल रहे ठीक है भाई, इसको पकड़ेंगे, जिसको एक्चुअल में इनकम मिला उसको पकड़ेंगे, पर दोनों को मत पकड़ो. यार सर, गेटिंग क्लैरिटी? एवरीबॉडी आदि कॉन्संट्रेट. वेयर आर यू फोकसिंग? सेक्शन 60, transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61, revocable transfer of asset. 62, irrevocable transfer of asset. 64(1)(1), not there. 64(1)(2), remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest. 64(1)(3), 64(1)(4), transfer of asset to spouse. 6, transfer of asset to son's wife. 64(1)(7), transfer for the benefit of spouse. 64(1)(8), transfer for the benefit of son's wife. 64(1)(a), clubbing of income of minor child. Will club in the hands of that parent whose income is higher. After all other clubbings are done, and that parent will get exemption of amount clubbed of 1,500, whichever is lower. And if minor has earned income out of skill, talent, manual work, clubbing will not apply. And if minor is suffering from disability and RTU, clubbing will not apply. 64(2), self-acquired property into HUF property. Income will be clubbed in the hands of transferor. 65, recovery of tax. Clear, no friends? Finally, last but not the least, there is one person, Shiva Teja. I have got one very good friend, Ravi Teja. Example, नहीं है कोई भी, ऐसे I am taking name. Matching हो रहा है करके बोल रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है ना बेटा? And there is Mrs. Shiva Teja, and there is Mrs. Ravi Teja. I think आप समझ गए concept. That's it. This is called cross transfers. Getting clarity, beta? Supreme Court in one case law known as CAT versus Keshav G. Morarji has held that clubbing provision will apply even in case of cross transfer. That means whatever income is coming to Mrs. Shiva Teja will club in the hands of Shiva Teja. Whatever is coming to Ravi Teja, Mrs. will club in the hands of Ravi Teja. समझे क्या बेटा? अगर ये प्रोविजन नहीं है भाई, पहले अपन इंडियन से अपने पास ज्यादा टैलेंट रहता है, तो इसलिए ये प्रोविजन लेके आ गए. करेक्ट नो? मैं बोल दूंगा अभी को, अभी भाई तू एक काम कर, तू मेरा छोटू को दे दे, मैं तेरा छोटू को दे दूंगा. एक्ट बोल रहा है केशव जी, मोरारजी, क्लबिंग विल अप्लाई. Are we clear with this or not? Kindly, gently, humbly reply. Totally, my dear friends. Everyone. That's it. That is the story of this topic known as what beta? Clubbing of total income. Wow. Come on, which topic is done? Clubbing of income. दोस्तों समझ में आ रहा है क्या? छोटे सा टॉपिक है बट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है बॉस. See, clubbing of income. Let's revise once. बेटा come on, ध्यान दो. What is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. Where there is a right to retransfer. Where there is a right to retransfer or there is a right to reassume power. वापस लेने का right है तुम्हारे पास. बराबर है ना बेटा? चलो, what is section 60? Transfer of income without transfer of asset. 61. Revocable transfer of asset. 62. Irrevocable है तो क्लबिंग नहीं होगा. But any time if you get a benefit directly or indirectly, clubbing will apply. Next. 64.1.2. Remuneration of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed in the hands of that spouse who has substantial interest. 64.1.2. Transfer of asset to spouse. बेटा ये पॉइंट देखो, इंपॉर्टेंट. फाइंड आउट टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट. किस दिन देखेंगे? फर्स्ट डे ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर. बराबर है ना बेटा दोस्तों? नेक्स्ट. स्टेप 3 इंटू स्टेप 2 डिवाइडेड बाय स्टेप 1. मतलब इनकम इंटू वॉट एवर स्पाउस हैज गिवन डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल कैपिटल. यार पढ़े ना बेटा? एग्जाम्पल बताया मैंने आपको, 2 एग्जाम्पल्स. 64.1.4. Transfer to whom? Sons by. Same story. But one point you see. The relationship of father-in-law, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law should be there both at the time of transfer and accrual. Imagine Aditya has given a property to Mrs. Aditya. Clubbed in the hands of Aditya only, no? But after giving, both of them got separated. जब दोनों ही क्लब नहीं है, इनकम क्या क्लब करेंगे मेरे भाई? एग्जाम्पल समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? नेक्स्ट. 64.1.7. ट्रांसफर फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ स्पाउस. 8. ट्रांसफर फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ सन्स. 5. 64.1a क्या है बेटा? छोटू. क्लबिंग ऑफ इनकम ऑफ माइनर चाइल्ड. इफ इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम डिसेबिलिटी, नो क्लबिंग. टैलेंट, स्किल, मैनुअल वर्क, नो क्लबिंग. बाकी केस में क्लबिंग आएगा. बोथ पेरेंट्स आर लाइव. लाइव मतलब अलाइव, ऑनलाइन नहीं भाई. हाँ, दोनों है तो किधर क्लब करेंगे? जिसका इनकम ज्यादा है. आफ्टर ऑल अदर क्लबिंग्स आर डन. दोनों साथ में नहीं है, जो मेंटेन कर रहा है उसके हाथ में. अरे यार ये पॉइंट इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ इट इज क्लब्ड 1500 पर चाइल्ड इज व्हाट बेटा? एग्जम्प्ट. और नेक्स्ट पॉइंट देखो बेटा. Although income earned because of personal skill is not clubbed, yet the income earned by investment made out of such income shall be clubbed. Example मैंने बताया आपको that in case of painting by my son, he sold and he got 10 lakhs. नहीं sorry 1 lakh. उसका क्लबिंग नहीं होगा. बट वो बैंक में लगा के FD आया तो क्या होगा? क्लब हो जाएगा. 64.2 assets transfer to what? HUF. और सारे सेक्शंस में एक कॉमन पॉइंट है. If there is adequate consideration, clubbing will not apply. Common sense की बात है ना यार. If I sold, imagine Shiva Teja sold a property to Divya. Whatever income Divya is getting, clubbing आएगा क्या? अरे adequate consideration पे sell करे यार. Clubbing क्यों लाएंगे पिक्चर में? Correct. I mean Divya केस तो हो ही नहीं सकता. But I'm telling, I sold a property to my wife. To my wife I sold a property. Clubbing आएगा क्या? नहीं. But still the problem is there are so many loopholes in the law. Take an example where my son is more than 18 years old. Hey, nahi, but example, major. I transfer the property to my major son without adequate consideration. Clubbing hoga kya? Nahi. Because act is still talking only about minor son. They are not talking about major. But agar minor son hai to clubbed. Minor daughter hai to clubbed. Minor married daughter hai to still clubbed. Sir, speak out. Not because of 27, but because of 64.1a. That's it. This we'll talk later. समझे क्या बेटा? That is the story of this clubbing of income. Clear? Thank you so much. Take care. Balance will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.